So the referee just bringing the boxers to the middle of the ring before their final instructions. Jake Moore in the red corner, Kristian Ozog in the blue.
Moore got himself off balance there as he threw his right to the body.
Reaching in a bit, perhaps.
Both of these two look a bit rawer than the last bout. Well matched though. Oof.
That was a nice right hand that landed from Moore.
A big wide swinging right like that probably shouldn't have landed, but his gloves were down and he got caught by it.
Now we have mentioned the real spectrum of experience that we'll see over the next couple of days, from the amateurs right at the bottom at the beginning of their career, cutting their teeth in only the second or third contest, right the way up to some that have had 200-300 amateur contests. One guy from Sweden who we spoke to in the studio earlier, one of their boxers who's flown over 330 amateur contests, 11 times Swedish national champion. So I imagine he'll be expecting a good result over the next couple of days.
That's another great thing about this tournament. It's a chance for novice boxers to, get a taste of being part of a massive event like this.
Oh, and Ozog landed a left hook and then a right hand. That wobbled Jake Moore, who just takes refuge in the corner, but he's landed a good, clean, crisp right of his own in response. Just good work from Moore, because he had to take a little bit of a breather in the corner. And you see him now just trying to get his wherewithal there, and he's done well to survive that, and takes a good shot of his own and survives through to the second round. He looks a little bit wobbled as you look at him there, just slightly. You can tell that shot hurt him.
Moore looked tired going to his corner there. They both put sort of power into their shots. You don't have to load up on every punch you throw, but these two guys are sort of not swinging for the hills a little bit, but they're both connecting. They're both landing.
So perhaps a bit more head movement required in the education process.
It depends. It depends who you want to be. If you want to be a crowd pleaser, they get stuck in. But move your head, keep your gloves up. Generally is good advice, I would say.
Stylistically in the pro game, who do you enjoy watching from a personal point of view?
Of the new pros at the moment, I've actually throughout his amateur career, I've been a huge fan of Luke Campbell just because of his style. And as a pro, he's been a little bit more aggressive going forward rather than the sort of slick counterpuncher that we saw winning the last Olympic Games. So of the new batch of sort of amateurs who have turned professional over the last couple of years, there's tremendous amounts of talent in Great Britain. Luke Campbell could just be the best of them.
He's got that big domestic clash with Tommy Coyle up in Hull. We spoke to one of the Hull coaches from one of the clubs here earlier on today, and he said, boy, there was an influx of young boxers in that city when Luke Campbell came away with that gold medal, of course beating John Joe Nevin in London 2012. It was the bantamweight final, I believe that was, and say Luke already has gone on to really stamp his mark on the pro game, and I think we may well see a world title challenge in the next 18 months or so.
I think in 2016. It's crazy to think that Luke Campbell versus Tommy Coyle, which isn't even for a British title, it could potentially fill a 20,000 seat stadium in Hull.
And with Tommy Coyle, the one thing you do get is excitement, because he's a high risk, high reward kind of guy. You think of the contest he had against Derry Matthews, and goodness me, he's had as many ups and downs as anyone in the pro game, and so the one thing you do know is that he comes to fight, and that will be an enthralling contest whatever the outcome. So one to look forward to, and again a man who's inspired certainly more than one of the boxers that we'll see over the course of the weekend. We spoke a couple of weeks ago at the All-Women and Girls Tournament about that Olympic magnifying effect, and already we're talking about Rio 2016, and the new batch of young British boxers will be looking to stamp their mark and get themselves on the medal podium. But meanwhile, second round of this three-round contest, and Jake Moore reddening on the face of the man in the red corner. As Kristian Ozog landed some good shots there, just added to the damage that was administered at the end of the first round. Just see Jake Moore in his corner, very negative body language there.
Yeah, it's not an encouraging sign. I think he's feeling, you know, he's feeling the pace and the punches in this contest.
And he's just taking some instructions from his corner, but well, amazing how much you can tell from the body language of a boxer in the corner. Looking really, really dejected, a little bit worried there, and that's the power of Ozog has made its presence felt. A little bit of blood from the nose. There's Ozog there, for me, looks much more relaxed, much more positive. See the head nodding there, and just a completely different demeanour in the corner.
It's always hard to tell how much to read into body language. I mean, I always do read far too much into it, but you know, things can change with one punch.
Well, we'll find out, but Ozog starts immediately with a stiff jab and a 1-2. More dig in and make something of this contest.
Let's go in there.
Oh, and another couple get through there. Moore's bravely walking forward. Oh, stiff jab from Moore, just from Ozog, backs Moore up onto the ropes.
Ozog's chin seems to pop up when he throws punches, which is a habit you really need to get out of when you start stepping up in quality, but he does throw good quality blows that are connecting.
Clubbing shot to the side of the head, followed by one to the chin from Ozog, and he's really walking forward and pushing Moore back, and Moore really trying to respond, but it's swelling above the left eye of Moore there, quite considerable swelling in fact.
Ozog walks forward again to the chin.
The referee going to have a close look at Moore here. He's punching back though, is Jake Moore. Caught Ozog with a nice one, just snapped the head back. But Ozog's relentless pressure. Both really quite flat-footed now, loading up on those shots. Not a great deal of movement. They've been in that corner now for over half a minute.
Something Moore could do with getting away from the corner, getting off the ropes.
And there we go, he must have heard you. He moves, but takes a stiff jab again. Clubbing left hook to the body.
Ozog's really warming to the task.
Now, when this bell for the third and final round goes, I think Ozog will be quite wishing for maybe a couple more rounds, while Moore will be certainly relieved as the two men just hugging the centre of the ring. Nice sportsmanship. We will go to the scorecards, but Ozog really turned up the heat in those last couple of minutes.
It's a tough sport, isn't it? You can't ease your way into it.
Thank you. So stickability shown from Jake Moore, but he was outboxed and outfought by a game and relentless Kristian Ozog